We have watched news about husbands killing their wives and vice versa, girlfriend and boyfriend in similar situation, but some cases be killing during burglary or arguments, etc., until the investigations revealed otherwise. We, the viewers, at times are usually filled with questions and also wondering if there was any way the victim could have escaped. We become our own investigators, and the reason we think this way is that we are putting ourselves in the position of the victims and thinking how we could have escaped. The truth is that many times it's because they missed the red flags, ignored them, or too caught up and so thought nothing of them. Just remember this, that not all actors made it to Hollywood, and it's true some are very subtle, will plan and execute their plans very well. In my own story, it was through the grace of God that I made it out alive after a number of attempts. I thank God the day I got to know Him and dwelt on prayer, otherwise it could have been otherwise. This is a brief account of one of my most terrifying experiences of how I caught on to these red flags. I suddenly was not getting my mails from the post office, which I found strange. Based on where I worked and my daily route to and fro, I would be the one to collect them, but normally 2 days per week. I asked my ex, which was my husband then, how was he able to get the mails considering where he should be on a daily basis and why. I must say, he apparently did not prepare what to say if I asked because he couldn't think of a logical reason and so appeared completely confused. I knew he was up to something, but I had to get to figure it out. He was making so much effort to get my mails. That's weird. I remained calm, which was very important, but vigilant. I gave the post office notice. Since it was my husband collecting them, and although it seemed he had someone assisting him, the post office attendants appeared puzzled. I provided no explanations. I was told how he had insisted a few times, but the post office followed through on my request. Then one night he brought up some stories about issues with the mailing system, talked about people and his mails and their mails, and asked if I faced any problems, and also went on to ask if I did have my insurance anymore because he didn't see me getting any more mails from the company. It was right there I realized that was the answer I was looking for. I answered him truthfully that I still had insurance. I was mostly receiving emails though. I didn't tell him this part. I asked why, and his reason sounded so awkward. Clearly he expected me to believe him. I would if I wasn't attentive. That was all he wanted to hear to execute his plan. But as a praying woman, I knew a revelation would come. You know, the reputable insurance companies update you on everything and also prompt in responding to your queries and concerns and so on. And that was how I found out that he had been seeking information under false pretense. I felt he was the one. I straightforwardly and calmly asked if that was he and why. And of course, after some denying, he admitted he did, but once. I knew it wasn't true. It wasn't once, but I made it rest. The reasons he gave for doing this were unbelievable. Every scheme he plotted, I remained calm but kept ahead of his games. He was determined to pull off his evil plan. During this time, it was most terrifying for me, but I kept praying. He received a rude awakening. His plan failed. When the system is not working for you, you work the system, because these actors are not playing and they're playing their parts well. It was a while after one of his would-be's spilled the beans. I got word of it, how they missed out on a huge haul if their plan was successful. It was through these times as well I realized how messed up our justice system is. That's how many women and men lost their lives being too busy and not paying attention to the humongous red flags before them. I lost a colleague because of this in 2020, the pandemic year, which was a huge shock to everyone because we all knew the couple very well and that the husband didn't appear to be the type. We believe she purely loved her husband and was either in denial or just ignored the signs. About a week after her murder, the husband was seeking after insurance benefits that raised eyebrows and more suspicions. The husband and his lover eventually confessed and are now spending the rest of their lives in prison. May her beautiful soul continue to rest in peace. I chose not to ignore any suspicions in the name of anything, which is also my advice to every man and woman in a relationship. Just because they earned your trust and you are in love, you push your suspicions or awkward feelings aside. No, please, they are actors. Pay attention. If you missed part 1 prior to this video, how the actors in your lives begin to prepare to put their plans together, please go check it out. The link is in the description below. God bless.